Welcome to the YouTube channel Captivating Home, where we transform everyday spaces into timeless sanctuaries filled with charm and character. Today we are unlocking the expensive look of a vintage English cottage kitchen on a thrifty budget, proving that elegance is not about how much you spend but how thoughtfully you design. If you love cozy interiors, antique-inspired details, and budget-friendly transformations, make sure you subscribe and join our growing community for more inspiring home ideas every week. Understanding the vintage English cottage aesthetic, the soul of old-world warmth. To achieve an authentic vintage English cottage kitchen, we must first understand its heart and history. Inspired by countryside homes across rural parts of England, this style embraces warmth, practicality, and lived-in beauty. It is never sterile or overly polished. Instead, it celebrates patina, natural materials, and layered textures. Think worn wood, muted tones, and collected treasures that tell a story. The expensive look comes from authenticity and thoughtful curation rather than flashy finishes. Choosing a soft and timeless color palette, muted hues that whisper elegance. The foundation of a high-end cottage kitchen begins with color. Soft creams, sage greens, dusty blues, and warm taupe shades instantly evoke the English countryside. These hues reflect natural light beautifully and create a calming atmosphere. You do not need premium designer paint to achieve this effect. Many affordable paint brands offer rich, heritage-inspired shades. The key is selecting colors that feel slightly aged and organic, avoiding anything too bright or overly modern. Thrifted cabinets with character, transforming secondhand into statement pieces. Instead of investing in custom cabinetry, explore thrift stores, salvage yards, and online marketplaces for solid wood cabinets. Older cabinets often feature craftsmanship that is difficult to find today. With a bit of sanding, chalk paint, and antique-style hardware, you can completely transform them. Adding subtle distressing techniques gives them an aged appearance that feels authentic rather than artificial. This approach saves thousands while delivering the depth and charm of a bespoke kitchen. Open shelving for collected beauty, displaying everyday elegance. Open shelving is a hallmark of cottage kitchens. Replace a few upper cabinets with reclaimed wood shelves to create an airy, curated look. Display mismatched china, ironstone plates, and vintage teacups for visual interest. The charm lies in imperfection and variety. Thrift stores often carry beautiful dishware at minimal cost. When styled thoughtfully with balanced spacing and neutral tones, these humble finds create a display that feels straight from a countryside cottage. Butcher block and wooden surfaces, natural materials that elevate. Natural wood instantly brings warmth and authenticity to the kitchen. If marble countertops are outside your budget, consider affordable butcher block options. With proper sealing and care, they develop a rich patina over time that enhances the vintage appeal. Even adding a small reclaimed wood prep table can shift the entire atmosphere. The key is embracing wood that feels lived in and slightly imperfect, reinforcing the sense of history that defines the cottage aesthetic. Vintage-inspired hardware details, small changes with big impact. Switching out modern hardware for antique-style knobs and pulls can dramatically change the overall feel of your kitchen. Look for aged brass, ceramic, or oil-rubbed finishes at flea markets or secondhand shops. These subtle details create cohesion and elevate simple cabinetry into something that feels curated and expensive. Hardware may seem minor, but in design it acts like jewelry for your space, completing the look with understated sophistication. Farmhouse sink alternatives, achieving the look for less. A traditional farmhouse sink is iconic in English cottage kitchens, but authentic versions can be costly. Instead, search for affordable apron front sinks or consider refinishing a second-hand porcelain sink. Even a standard sink can be styled with vintage-inspired faucets to mimic the aesthetic. The goal is to capture the spirit of the countryside kitchen rather than obsess over brand names or luxury price tag. Layered lighting for cozy ambience, warm glow over harsh brightness. Lighting plays a crucial role in creating an expensive atmosphere. Replace harsh overhead lights with warm-toned bulbs and add thrifted pendant fixtures or wall sconces. Look for glass, brass, or enamel finishes that feel traditional. Soft layered lighting adds depth and intimacy, transforming even a modest kitchen into a welcoming retreat. A cozy glow is far more impactful than expensive but overly modern lighting solutions. Textiles that tell a story, fabrics that add gentle romance. Incorporate linen curtains, floral tea towels, and patterned cushions to soften hard surfaces. Vintage-inspired fabrics instantly introduce warmth and personality. Check thrift stores for lace panels or cotton tablecloths that can be repurposed into curtains. The layering of gentle patterns and textures creates that collected over time feeling which defines true cottage charm. Thoughtful textiles make the space feel nurtured and loved rather than staged. Antique and thrifted decor accents, curating meaningful details. Copper pots, ceramic pitchers, old cutting boards, and framed botanical prints add authentic character. You do not need rare antiques to achieve this look. Mixing affordable secondhand finds with a few statement pieces builds visual richness. The secret is restraint and intentional placement. Each item should feel purposeful and functional, avoiding clutter while still celebrating a sense of history and craftsmanship. Creating the illusion of age, embracing patina and imperfection. One of the defining features of an expensive vintage kitchen is patina. Lightly distressed painted surfaces incorporate aged finishes and allow materials to show subtle wear. Avoid overly glossy coatings that feel brand new. Even using matte sealants can enhance the aged effect. This careful balance between refinement and imperfection creates depth, making the kitchen feel as though it has evolved gracefully over generations. Functional layout with old-world charm, beauty meets practical living. Cottage kitchens were designed for real life. Focus on functionality by organizing tools in accessible ways while maintaining visual harmony. Hanging utensils on rails, storing dry goods in glass jars, and using woven baskets for produce keeps the space practical and beautiful. An organized yet relaxed layout reinforces authenticity. True luxury lies in comfort and ease, not just appearance. Statement range area styling, the heart of the cottage kitchen. The cooking area often becomes the focal point. Even if you have a modern stove, you can style around it with a tiled backsplash in neutral tones and a simple wood or plaster style hood. Adding vintage cookware and subtle decorative touches creates the impression of a traditional range alcove. It is about framing what you already have in a way that aligns with the cottage narrative. Mixing old and new thoughtfully, achieving balanced sophistication. An authentic cottage kitchen blends time periods seamlessly. Pair modern appliances with antique decor in a balanced way. The contrast enhances character while preserving convenience. When thrifted treasures are integrated carefully with contemporary necessities, the result feels curated and intentional. This thoughtful mix is what gives the space its elevated, expensive appeal without the high cost. The power of styling and editing, less but meaningful. Achieving a high-end look on a budget ultimately comes down to styling and editing. Avoid overcrowding surfaces and choose pieces that truly enhance the story of your kitchen. Step back and assess balance, color harmony, and texture variation. Sometimes removing items is just as powerful as adding them. Careful styling ensures the space feels collected and refined rather than chaotic or cluttered. Conclusion. Bringing it all together, timeless beauty within reach. Creating a vintage English cottage kitchen with an expensive look does not require an extravagant budget. Through thrifted finds, clever DIY updates, and intentional design decisions, you can cultivate a warm, authentic space filled with character and charm. The true magic lies in embracing imperfection, layering natural materials, and curating meaningful details over time. Thank you for spending time with Captivating Home today, and remember that beautiful living is always within reach when creativity leads the way.